First of all, yes, other races do discriminate. Other races are shitty towards other races. But the thing that is unique about white Americans is that we hold all the institutional power in the United States. And I am talking about racism in the United States. People love to derail the conversations about race by like looking at other countries and pointing to other, like, that shit doesn't matter. Like, all you're really doing is just derailing and trying not to talk about the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is racism in America, the United States. I can't really do anything about racism in other countries, but I'm trying to figure it out, you know? Second of all, the white guilt thing. I mean, I find it interesting that anytime like a white person boldly comes on social media and is like, yeah, white people suck. Like, we've been so historically terrible to other races in this country. It's like, you guys accuse me of hating myself when I feel like I'm just being neutral and factual. Like, that's just a reality. And acknowledging reality is not hateful, which I know that's really hard for a lot of white people to wrap their minds around, but it's the truth. You see, I don't want to say that I'm not like other white people, because that's not true. I definitely benefit from the privilege of being white, but I was not born into whiteness in this country the same way that most white Americans were, because I'm a first-generation American and I come from an immigrant family. So I was born into the right body in this country to take advantage of the privileges that come with it, but I was not properly socialized to perform in this body in such a way that allows me access to those privileges, if that makes sense. I had to be real scrappy as a teenager and a young adult to figure out how to work with white people and around white people. And my subjective experience has been that American white people are incredibly thin-skinned and fragile about just about anything you can think about, compared to other groups of people, especially. There is so much labor that has to go into avoiding the expression of unpleasant truths to American white people. American white people are inherently systemically socialized to not be able to handle the truth. Our American education system paints this happy little picture about us getting along with the Native Americans, and we conveniently are the good guy in every story that we're told about ourselves. We're like the golden children in a dysfunctional family dynamic who's looking at our siblings who are being treated worse than us and being like, I don't understand why you're complaining. Like, everything's fine. I actually remember my parents, when I was growing up, they would say things to me like, Christine, these American whites, you know, they're kind of weak. They're very sensitive. Like, there's certain questions you can't really ask them directly. You can't say anything too directly to them. Otherwise, they just crumble right in front of you, you know? And they were right. They're so right. Like, white Americans are so thin-skinned and fragile in so many ways. Our egos, especially, are so fragile. And most white people are socialized with an inability to look at the truth. And frankly, my position on this subject doesn't really come from the fact that I feel guilt. It comes from the fact that I feel a lot of discomfort around the fact that I am simply treated better and afforded more opportunities because I learned how to perform a very specific type of whiteness in this country. It frankly wigs me out. You know what I mean? Because I did not grow up, I was not socialized, right, by my own family to think that I deserved this access more than other people, like some white Americans are. And it's not always like explicit socialization. The socialization that we receive about race comes from family, schools, media, all of it. Like, it's a systemic thing. It's a systemic effort. You can have like the most compassionate anti-racist parents in the world, but your kids are still going to be watching movies where like black people are portrayed as like thugs and criminals. You know what I mean? It is everywhere. And while most white people think it's hateful to acknowledge the truth, I do not. And the truth is that white people have a very long and dark history in this country, and our refusal to accept it is just childish and naive. And the other thing too, man, is that white people are not used to being considered a group. They're used to being considered the default. Every other race in this country is a group, but we are the default. I mean, for crying out loud, we made Jesus white. Jesus. My guy was born in the Middle East. He was not white. We made Jesus white. We made God white. We made our angels white. Like, the religion that dominates this country is full of images of white people. White people, white Americans in general, are not very good at taking accountability, which is why a lot of ethnic minority groups do not feel safe engaging in any type of relations with them. And if they don't feel safe engaging in any type of relation with us, how are we going to work together to dismantle these systems? So I don't know about you, but I choose to be a safe person that somebody can interact with me on this about. I'm especially committed to being somebody that they can interact with on this subject in such a way that they don't have to limit their experiences or edit their experiences to work around my own white fragility, you know?